Hello, everyone. I'm Kristen Andrus, an undergraduate majoring in industrial and organizational psychology. This video is for my Introduction to Social Work course. I am discussing and debating substance abuse. Substance abuse is defined in many of ways, but psychiatry.org defines substance abuse as a complex condition in which there is uncontrolled use of a substance despite harmful consequences. So, a person that uses substances excessively may understand that this substance is affecting them mentally, physically, I already said mentally, physically, and socially. This person may identify that the substance is impacting them negatively. However, they still continue to use the substance and they may not be able to stop, or it's hard for them to stop. There is no substance, what constitutes as substance abuse is not black and white. There's a lot of gray area. The explanation for what constitutes as substance abuse is a gray area because not all signs and symptoms are cookie cutter or cut and dry. But some signs and symptoms that we could watch out for, according to America's rehab campuses, is impaired control, physical dependence, social problems, or risky use. Now, impaired control is the experience of intense cravings for the substance, having that strong urge to use the substance, even though the person may desire to stay away from it or take a break from it. It could be an urge that consumes them and push them to a place where they began using the substance again, and the person may be unable to reduce using the substance because of those urges. Physical dependence. The person may experience withdrawals if they attempt to quit. They may experience sweating, shaking, anxiety, nausea, and in some cases, paranoia, depending on the type of drugs that are being used. And the word drugs is it's an all encompassing term that can include opioids, stimulants, depressants, alcohol. In this context, another sign or symptom of substance abuse is social problems. So, as mentioned before, the person may have an inability to function in their day-to-day life without using the substance. If the person experiences a traumatic event, they may turn to that substance as a coping mechanism to provide them some type of release or relief. And they may withdraw from friends and family during using the substance or the drug. And risky use, such as using the substance in an unsafe situation, like driving. Some individuals may get high or get drunk before they get behind the wheel. And also in situations where the person might show up to work high or drunk, they might get high or get drunk at work and even continue using that substance after work. Those are, those are four signs and symptoms of drug use: impaired control, physical dependence, social problems, and risky use. Now, there are many causes of substance abuse, but research recognizes two prominent causes of substance abuse, such as a person's environment and their genetics. The type of environment that a person grows up in or lives in plays a significant role into whether they decide to use drugs or not use drugs. So some individuals that live in an environment where friends and family use substances are most likely to use substances themselves. And individuals that live in communities or cities or neighborhoods where they have easy access to drugs may be more prone to using substances as well. They may live in a neighborhood where there is high drug activity. They might be familiar with a drug house or a trap house, and that gets them access to that drug or substance. And genetics. Science shows that certain types of genes may play a role in whether someone develops substance abuse. Individuals with a history in their family of substance abuse may develop substance abuse, may be prone to developing substance abuse more than others. So people whose parents have experienced substance abuse, the children of those individuals may experience substance abuse as well. And it doesn't always happen that way, but sometimes it does because science tells us that genetics plays a role in it. And substance abuse affects the brain. It affects the brain in multiple ways, but substance use changes how the brain feels pleasure, which relates to the dopamine hormone or the dopamine transmitter. Consistently using drugs changes the neuroplasticity of the brain by altering those neuron connections and affecting the brain's reward system. There are many beliefs and misconceptions about substance abuse, and one is that substance abuse is a disease. I do not believe that substance abuse is a disease because it implies that people can catch it. And substance abuse isn't something that people catch. I believe that substance abuse is something that people develop. And their personal experiences, such as their environment, their genetics, and even sometimes life events, play a major role into whether someone develops a substance abuse disorder or not. For example, someone that got into a major car accident and hurt their neck or their back, even their legs or arms, hurt any part of their body, they go to the doctor, receive treatment, and then be prescribed medicine. They could become addicted to that substance, that drug, that prescription medicine. And they didn't set out with the intention to become addicted. It happened because of how medicine chemically alters the brain. Another misconception is that, well, let me add more to the misconception that substance abuse is a disease. Now, though substance abuse is not a disease or something that humans catch, it may cause other sicknesses and cause a weakened immune system. In extreme cases, but very rare, it could lead to organ failure and ultimately death. And some people may develop heart disease or kidney disease due to their substance use disorder. And another misconception is that addiction is a personal weakness. I do not believe that people are weak if they develop a substance abuse disorder. We're human and we are all prone to this type of habit or behavior. And a final misconception is that addiction is purely a matter of choice and self-control. We as humans just simply do not have the willpower to stop doing something that is as addictive as drugs, weed, marijuana, or drinking alcohol. I truly believe that sometimes people who develop substance abuse are they could benefit from some type of coping skills, some type of coping education to help them better manage their stress. So, we're all prone to substance abuse based on our environment, genetics, and life events. But it is important to keep in mind that it's necessary to take care of ourselves and watch out for our friends and family members.